If you owned a Nintendo Entertainment System in the late 1980s, there's a good chance that you owned The Legend of Zelda with it. Released on February 21st, 1986, The Legend of Zelda was a far cry to anything gamers had seen on a home console. It was open-ended, epic, and truly put a sense of adventure into the player. This is The Legend of Zelda for the NES. The story here is pretty basic. Ganon, the Prince of Darkness, and his minions have stolen the Triforce of Power. Princess Zelda then breaks apart the Triforce into 8 parts, and hides them from Ganon in different dungeons. Princess Zelda is then kidnapped by Ganon, and it is then up to you as the player to get the 8 pieces of the Triforce and rescue Princess Zelda. The story here is nice and simple, and that's the way I like it. Although Zelda games don't usually have an overly complicated plot to begin with. Since this game was released so early in the NES's lifetime, it is kind of expected for the game to not look as good as later games released for the system. This is completely false, as I think this game stands up to many later released titles for the NES. It has a simple look, and that's the way I like it for a Zelda game. A Link to the Past looked really simple, and that's arguably the greatest game on the Super Nintendo. In terms of weapons, this game allows you to wield 3 different swords, a regular and magic boomerang, 2 different candles, and a magic wand. These weapons are always fun and easy to use, and it always feels good to take out an enemy when your sword is fully charged. One of the problems I have with this game is Link's control. He controls something to that of a tank. Link unfortunately can only strike in one direction, which really makes this game harder than it should be. Every gamer should be able to recognize the familiar opening song, and especially the overworld map theme. These songs, albeit a bit short, never really get old, and I usually never mind sitting through them for long periods of time. The dungeon theme gets me anxious for what's to come, while the overworld theme fills me with the need to explore this vast and expansive game. This game is the definition of non-linear. You can just about go wherever you want, whenever you want. The game is so non-linear that you can get the blue ring and the second sword before you enter the first dungeon. There are also a ton of secrets in this game. The only problem is that everything in this game seems to look the same. All of the mountains and cliffsides look alike, and without a guide, it's hard to find most of the secrets. If you're the adventurous type, then a walkthrough shouldn't be needed. If you're looking to 100% the game without putting a lot more effort in, then you should probably use a walkthrough. Released February 21st, 1986, the first game in the Legend of Zelda franchise starts things off with a bang. Its memorable songs, non-linearity, and gameplay all make for one fantastic and highly recommendable game. This is The Legend of Zelda for the Nintendo Entertainment System.